We're on. Good evening, everybody. It's the Truth Serum. First and foremost, I really appreciate. Look at his hair. What the heck? I don't have any editing. Could I start all over? What the heck? Well, that's what happens when you get old. Hey, James Rockford. Good to see you, buddy. Um, Thank you for supporting the channel with the likes and the shares and all that. And I really appreciate it because, of course, I was censored for a while. So I was froze. I was suspended in space. And now I can move along. So go get yourself a coffee, a drink, orange juice. Happy holidays. Maybe it was a busy shopping day. Uh, and we'll see what's going on. We'll see. Look at this wig I'm wearing. Tommy Toupee. Um, crazy, crazy story. I try to take notes. I try to take notes and things and get a little. I got brain damage, so sometimes I wonder, what the heck's going on. So, you know, we get it. We try to get through as much as I can. Sometimes there's some blank spots, and I gotta fill them in. Okay, I gotta fill them in. So let's get situated here. Let's get situated. Get all the credits and everything else. Uh, well, Christmas is coming. Christmas is right around the corner. Look at these silly notes. You know, Juju. Mm. If they want to buy it, they want. If they want to buy my book, they could buy my book. I've been trying to sell it for 3 years. Thank you though. Everybody that watches this channel is cheap as a mofo. Cheap mother. I don't care. Some people just don't read books. To each his own. To each his own. It'll take off. Thanks for coming in, Juju. Uh, I hear you, man. I'm just busting them. I'm busting them. Well, so, uh, Mafia Uber. Well, I'm the driver in the title. So let's get right to the title. Let's get this. Hey, Deb. James Rockford. Friday night. You know me. Look at this hair. Joel Gold. Hey, let's get the people in here for a minute. Mike Mormeal, let's get my crew together here. Why do I have to rush off so fast? With so everybody's aware by now. I used to be a driver, driving all these guys around for the Colombo family. They were in New York. They were in the Falls, and they were like the plague. They were everywhere, and they were in prison too. So the old man Sam. Thank you, everybody, for coming in here. The old man Sam, the boss. Somebody got caught. Somebody's in somebody. It wasn't federal charges because Attica is a state correctional. So I don't remember the particulars of whatever the hell the case was, but I knew the guy. He used to come in the club, but he wasn't like one of them same that immediate crew. I don't know, but people come and go, and I don't have privy to ID everybody that goes in there, So he ends up there. So Sam wanted me to give his wife rides. I did that before. Give some rides to the wives to go visit. And the old man would pay me because sometimes the old man would have paperwork because you can bring them books, but they have to register them when you go in, I guess, whatever you want to bring in, they check them and all this and that. But so because before at first he was like, no, I got to get paperwork in there because Sam, the boss, ain't going to visit nobody in prison. Hell no. So I bring this girl, this wife, I bring her up there, and she's got some of Sam because some paperwork might have to do with lawyers and figuring stuff out about the case and those types, those particulars to that. So, and Sam used to pay me good money. So, um, the guy's in Attica. So I bring her the first time, and everything goes as usual and everything. And I tell her, tell him, Jojo, well, they know me as Jojo. Jojo said hello, right? Jojo said hello. So she comes out. Of course, she's sad, she got to visit. She's going to go do some time and everything. So I says, oh, did you tell him I said hello? She said, no, I just told him my girlfriend brung me. I said, what do you mean? Well, because he'll get jealous and mad. He's already in contact with Sam through notes and other phones. Now this looks bad. This looks bad. Why would he's going to be thinking we got something going on? Oh, you should have just said Jojo brung me. Let him get jealous over that because he's going to get worse jealous to say that your girlfriend brung you. So I go back, I tell Sam, and he's Aggie. He says, oh, whatever. He don't want to know. That's kindergarten stuff to him. That's kindergarten stuff. But he had some other type of paperwork. I got to go back up there. And now he says, you got to go inside and talk to him because he's unstable. And these guys are afraid that they're going to rat. But I don't, when you walk in, you got to sign a registry. I don't want my name on no register for some wise guy doing time. I don't want my name on the register because they look up those names. I don't want my name on, but he's like, so I do it. I get in there. So he's acting real friendly. And Tommy A was in there at the time. Crazy Tommy A, who did 35 years. He was in there. And when you're in the visiting rooms, they have a picture of like Niagara Falls. And yeah, he was in there. Hey, Paul Gacy. So they got a picture with the convicts, and you could stand there, and I'm in street clothes, he's in prison uniform, and on the wall it's a picture of Niagara Falls. I'm saying, no, I don't want to take any pictures with in the inmates and everything like that. And he got all aggy, like, what is that? What is that? So I go in there. She went in and visit, and she says, you got to go in and talk to him. What the hell? I go in there. He was acting cool, like I said before, but he's going, what I want you to do, Jojo, is, maybe you can arrange it with the old man. I want you to, check on my wife, like if she's going out on Friday, and if she, and I'm saying, whoa, 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 whoa. I ain't got time to surveil your wife because you're insecure and jealous. Listen, she's equivalent to a saint to put up with your psychopath behind because you were out at strip joints. You were out with prostitutes and call girls around the clock. It's you. You are the problem. She's not. When I get out of here, I'm going to slice your throat. When I get out of here, I said, when you get out of here, my godfather will be waiting at the door and he's going to just put you in the Niagara River. And he's going out. So he tries to attack. He's trying to go at me in the room, but they got the guards. But he was cool and everything. So I says, I said, the minute you get out of here, you better stab somebody in here. You better stab somebody in here. And he's going, oh, they got they can listen, whatever. I says, well, that ain't a crime. I'm just speaking in general. But when you get out of here, you better be careful that the minute you get back home that you get smashed out. And he's going on and on and on and on and on. I tell Sam. So I said, Sam, that's a wrap. Get somebody else to bring her up there, whatever. And he's telling me to follow her, and they're all jealous. He's jealous, and I can't do it. He's going, well, I got to do the paperwork. There's something with the case. I says, they get lawyer visits, Sam. Don't the lawyer bring the paperwork? I don't want nothing to do, Well, I thought I could kill two birds with one stone. Get the lawyer. There was something flawed in the case. So I'm thinking, I'm talking smack to this guy. I'm thinking he's got 20 years to life or something. And I'm talking smack to him. And now there's some constitutional flaw in the case. And there's a shot he's going to get out. Damn, man, of all people, but I didn't say anything that bad. I might have, I might have said, yeah, oh, I saw her in the parking lot of some nightclub in the back. She was in the back seat with some guy, when I was trying to stick it in, when I was trying to get, but I was just being crazy. I thought in my mind, I didn't know what the particulars were, but I thought he was looking at some good time or something. But there was when they have a charge and they're going through the case, I can't think of the word. Maybe somebody in here knows it. I do have lawyer skills, but there's something in the case that will throw the case right out of court. I can't think of what it is. Paul, do you know? There's a flaw in the process of the case, and it's some loophole. This guy is going to be getting out. Damn. So I asked the old man, the boss, and he was trying to explain some things with me, but he was frustrated with these guys, and he really didn't know. Thomas Kuzeppa. Yeah, many reasons. There was a specific term, Thomas, but my mind is shot. Wow, I pretend to be a lawyer, but I have a brain injury. Yeah. It was, I think, it was some type of filing procedure, something like that. And there was a fish fry. There's a fish fry at the club, and there's balloons on the damn wall, and it says "Welcome home." About a month later, and because the old man told me, "Come on up. They're having a little party." and then they might play cards, they might have some sauce, and I might have to give them a ride. That's what I did with these guys. I used to work card games, with the cold cuts and give them drinks and give them rides and all that. I was just a little errand boy schmuck. That's all I was. But I had my hand out. They used to give me good money. So I go up there, and it's him. It's him. It's this. He got out. He got out. Oh, they're doing shots. They're rocking and rolling and everything else. And he says, Jojo, come over here. I says, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered with nothing. Just whatever, please. These guys already had me under pressure all the time, and just let me chill until somebody needs something. That's all. I don't want to know nothing. Because back then, I would be submissive, but then I would be bipolar, and I might just say, F you, you don't scare me, all that crazy stuff, which was no good because it happened before and it was bad. And he says, oh, you try to embarrass me? You try to embarrass me? What? I says, who am I embarrassed? Nobody's even paying attention. Nobody's even paying attention. I just want to chill out, celebrate. Then so I don't drink. I don't drink. He says, well, come on and do a shot with me. Do a shot with me. Whatever. Celebratory shot. I don't drink. So, he's like, what though, you little, I don't drink. I just go ahead, please, bro, please, 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 please. And he's going, yeah, you got a big mouth. You didn't think I would. I said, you're accusing me of frickin', while you're in prison, you're accusing me of being, doing things with your wife, who's a saint. No, I was just confused. I was just, and then another guy. Now, this other guy that was there, who I believe, well, he was from New York, but who I believe was there to pay respects to this guy because this guy didn't rat. This guy didn't rat, So, so he, the old man comes in, and a lot of times, Sam, the boss, he'd come in the back through the kitchen, and then you go through the kitchen, you go to the bar area and the dining area, and he would let me update. Now his niece was the bartender, and she was sharp, and she was no pushover. She was really cerebral, but I would kind of give him an update. So, so he knew the guy was going to be. So I said, yeah, he's there. I don't want to deal with him. I just don't want to have any dialogue or conversation with him. And so I refused to do a shot with him, and he took offense to it. And I just came back here, let them celebrate, because there's a couple guys I know that are going to need rides, So he goes in there. Sam said, what? And now I'm thinking, so he goes out there, he gets this guy, he brings him back. And now me and Sam were close. Very, very close, the boss. And he come back and he said, what are you doing all this to Jojo? He goes, brings your wife to visit, because Sam knew, and you're disrespecting Jojo like he's this and that, blah, blah, And he's going, oh, no, I was a little screwed up. And he said, and he just told them, you ever disrespect me, Jojo, again, he's giving him a ultimatum. No, and I'm thinking, geez, don't piss him off. I'm saying to myself, don't piss him off even more. The guy's unbalanced. He's unbalanced. Don't piss him off. But he's going, and he's threatening him. And he said, then he said these prophetic words. Then this was early on before Sam retired. This was chronologically, time-wise, before Sam retired. And he said, and the guy went back out to the bar, and he says, "Don't worry about Jojo. They're all gone." And like, they're all gone. Are they gone in the head, or are they just gone in midair? And I was like, "Jeez." But you know, I used to bring before that. I would bring some of the people to the prison, and I would just wait in the parking lot, and it was very uneventful. I brung another wife and kids, and the guy wasn't jealous or anything like that. And that was just a fallout from you're going to do time, and Sam would pay me because a lot of times when these guys went in prison, the feds would pound on them to cooperate. So you got to get them their lawyers. You got to put money in their commissary. You got to make sure their family visits them, or they'll turn. They'll just turn. And a lot of times that's why people do turn. And it used to go nice. It would be uneventful, and Sam would pay me to go from the Falls to Attica. There was another place for called Wendy, a Wendy facility for other types of charges, and go there. And it wasn't a maximum security. It was a less secure thing for whatever charges. But I used to have to go in there. Wendy, Deb. Yeah, Deb, that's back when I had ulcers. That's well, you wonder why I had dealing with these psychos. But a lot of times everything was uneventful. Things were just nice, and there was just some pressure cooking times. But at the end, it was a pressure cooker because um, there was just so much paranoid going on, and uh, tough situation. The other time, I told Sam, I don't want to go to the prison. I don't want to give these wives any rides. I don't want to give them any rides on these off days, because it was like, I want to have a life because it's a weekend or a Saturday. I want to go to the racetrack. I want to go gamble. I don't even care if he pays me, I don't care. So he says, he goes, "Yeah, I understand. But this guy that's in there is very important to me, Jojo. This guy in there, he's very, very important." And I says, "I don't want to bring her. I do not want to bring her." So he says, um, "See, back then, a lot of women didn't drive. I mean, there was a lot of women that drove, but I don't know. It didn't seem like some women didn't drive back then." So he says, "You're gonna have to teach her how to drive." I got enough problems. I, I got enough problems. I said, "Sam, get your nephew or your niece or somebody to take her how to take to bring her teach her how to drive. I'm ready to faint. I can't take the pressure." "Nah, Jojo, it's got to be you." So he was always generous with me with money, and he says she's got to go get the permit. First, you take the written test, then you get the permit, and then you schedule for the road test. So I said, well, do whatever that's all in order. They had it in order, and they already had it in order, and she just doesn't have anybody to teach her. So I said, "I'll do it for 1,000," because I thought he would say no. I thought he would say no, but he had to keep this guy happy in the joint so they don't rat. You got to understand, when these guys are in the joint, the government comes in there once in a while, and they try these convicts, they try these inmates. See how they like it after 3 months in there, and they're crawling the walls to get out. They're crawling the walls to get out. They will keep trying these guys so they can rat. So Sam, the boss, wants to keep them happy, and so as long as the wife is visiting him in prison, he might be happier. So I says, for 1,000, I'll teach her. And he goes, oh, all right. I'm thinking you're gonna pay it. He's like, yeah, yeah. I said, well, you don't have to give me 1,000 or nothing. And he goes, no, I'll give it to you. Mhm. So there was a mall. There was a mall. It was called Eastern Hills Mall. And it had a big parking lot, big empty parking lot. And I would pick her up, and then she would drive the car. She wasn't going on the road with my car, right? I wanted to see how she can operate in a parking lot. So we get in the parking lot. I said, all right, let's go. We're going. And I says, well, uh, see that um, target, like that uh, that tree over there. We're gonna go straight and then take a left in the parking lot just to see if she knows how to slow down and turn. So we're going. She's hitting the brake. Every 10 minutes. I'm going, whoa, 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 don't hit the brake like that. I'm seeing snakes now. There's no way this lady's ever gonna. It's gonna take a year for her to learn how to drive. I'm seeing snakes. I'm seeing snakes at this point, and I drop her off. I go back. Then a couple days later, I see Sam. I said, "Yeah, because I'd go in there. We'd have lunch, and I threw the thou on the table. I said, "Count me out." He said, "What happened?" He started laughing. He said, "No, here, you could have that." He said, "Well, you're the fifth guy that gave up on her." I said, "What?" Yeah. I said, "Well, just she'll never know how to drive, And he was laughing at me. He goes, "Jojo, what was she doing?" I said, "I thought I had whiplash after 7 seconds." And then she's on the brake, and then she's on the brake, and she's hitting the gas pedal at the same time. She's ready to burn my transmission out, and she's going, "No, I know how to do it. I know how to do it." And I said, "Just relax, relax, relax. Go slowly and gradual." And I said, "Sam, you're just gonna have to find somebody else in her family. Don't they have other family members? I mean, geez, well, I thought it'd be convenient, but and all that." So I was like, mm. People watch MobTube. People watch the big names on the yeah, this guy is, hey, Sir Drums, you snuck in here. Thomas Kurzeppa, Debbie, Juju. See, I like to tell other more, it's different things, because all you see are these mob movies, these mafia channels, and all that stuff, and just the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, stuff like that. They're regular people too. They're not just some isolated demographic of society. I mean, it's just same things happen, just like regular people. And yeah, so I would go up there. That's fun. Just think, yeah, because the boss, he wants, you know, these guys get picked up. These guys get picked up on a Monday. Say a guy gets picked up on a Monday. Hey, what happened to Alex? Well, he ran into some trouble. Blah 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 blah. By Wednesday, at the club, there will be other members of the family, crime family, and they're talking stuff, strategic stuff. The best case scenario, the worst case scenario, and all the other things that are needed, like um, logistics, fancy word, but logistics of this because these guys got incriminating information on a ton of people. So it's high alert. It's high alert when a guy goes in and everything. That's why they try to cater to these guys so much. That's why they try to cater. Like they threw Joey Merlino in there, and they didn't want nobody wanted to pay. You know, they because sometimes they think if they take care of the family and they do all this, they don't want to throw away good money at a guy that could rat. So it's tough. It's tough. You could keep. Well, a lot of guys went away and they would support the family, the wife and the kids. They'd pay the rent. They would pay whatever. They would be ever. Well, just don't rat. We'll pay for Billy and Sally and the wife. We'll pay. They'll pay the bills. They'll pay the bills. Hey, thank you, Sir Drums. God bless you and your family, Sir Drums. The only 2 super chats I've gotten in 4 months. Joel Gold helped me out too. Thank you, Sir Drums. Happy holidays. God bless you and your family. I try my best. I have fun, Thomas Krizoper, he comes in now. Juju comes in now. I got another Paul Gassi. Thank you, Paul. Michael Mormealy. Looks like and the Rockford Files. I got a starting 10 here. So, yeah, caffeine, nicotine. You see, I just try to peel the layers back a little bit. I like to laugh. I like to have fun, and give you a different look at stuff. Because what's your reference point? Mike Francis, Sammy the Bull Gravano, and mob movies, but they're showing just things, but behind the scenes, there's a lot going on. And it's and when you're like the driver, when I was the driver to go do this and that, I see it all this stuff that goes on, and there's only about 30%, maybe 40% regular stand-up guys, trustworthy guys. It's a bad number, 40%, 4 out of 10. What the hell did I have out here? Oh yeah, that knucklehead that I told you in the story, that knucklehead from the wife that thought he was jealous and everything. They call the inmates. They try to call people. They make phone calls, but when they call and you pick up the phone, it'll say you have a collect phone call from whatever prison institution. Press 1 to so I would disagree. I'd say no, I'm not paying $12 and then $5 a minute. I'm not going to get in for $80 for and that guy, I was refusing him because all he was going to be saying is stay away from my wife, stay away from my wife. So I wasn't going to accept a collect phone call to have this nutcase nitwit threaten me from a prison call. Yeah, but that guy there was a bad actor. He was a bad actor. See, sometimes they'll pay for lawyers to get these guys out because sometimes you can't hit them in prison. You can't hit them in prison. So they want to hit somebody and he happens to go to prison. He can cooperate. So sometimes they'll pay the money to get a guy out or post a huge bail or something, or post a bail to get him out before some other types of proceedings so they can smash him. I don't know what I mean, he got out somehow, technicality, a bail, whatever it was, but mum is the word. And you know, I'm not privy to know uh I'm not privileged to know what these captains and these guys are doing. I'm not privileged, but sometimes I could try to connect the dots and go, oh well, you know, and I say, oh Sam, well, what happened to Alex? What happened? I don't see him around any. You don't ask like that. You know, it's very easy to see. Very easy to see. So, Juju, these ads are crazy. What? I'm getting ads now. What? Juju, these ads are crazy today. I hope they're giving you money for them. Yes, I make. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. I realize 3 cents from the ad. I make 3 cents for that ad. But just click off. Just click off. Just click off of the ad. I understand. I understand that. How far back did the family? That was the Colombo family. You know the Colombo family, the New York Colombo family. That's the Colombo family. My godfather was an enforcer. Debbie, Mickey C. Well, he was an enforcer for you know the Colombo family, the mafioso. How do I get a godfather like him, Deb? How of all the people, he saved my life a few times, so I don't care about getting Christmas cards or birthday cards because I made some mistakes a few times, and he had to save me. But then he had finally said, "You got it. You better just leave. You don't, you know, go find something else to do. You can't be around them guys anymore." And I was like, "No kidding. I'm running for the hills. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna start running, and I ain't gonna stop till I see California is the place you ought to be." So we packed up our stuff and we went to Beverly Hills. That is Juju. So yeah, Sir Drums, the rat a tat tat. You guys, I appreciate your help and everything, but my ticker is on. Mm. They had me in freaking they had me in a timeout for 2 years on my channel here. But I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna behave now because you know, we're gonna do mob stories. I'm not gonna do politics because you know why. So we're gonna get down and we're gonna keep rocking and rolling because my ticker is on, my subs are going up, and I'm getting rich off of these ads now. 3 cents a clip. They shouldn't put an ad in there unless you can make some. Well, I'll take whatever I can get at this point. Geez, as long as things are on, as long as they're in play, that's all I need. Yeah, Deb, I got to do 30 more videos to make $1. I got to do 30 more videos to make $1, and then guess what? They take 33% of that. Joel Gold, he helps me out. You've been paroled from YouTube jail. Woo! Ooh, 24 months, 23 months. Wow. I'm rising up though. I kept doing videos though. I like hanging out with you guys. Sir Drum's been rolling with me for a long time. Sir Drums, Joel Gold. You know, Sir Drum's seen me getting aggravated and stuff. And he said, "Keep going, Joe. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. We gotta help each other. We gotta we gotta lift each other up sometimes. We gotta lift each other up because I was gonna pull the plug. I was gonna pull the plug, but what I'm gonna do, Oh, Juju, you changed your username? Why did I block you before? Just kidding. Just kidding. Uh yeah, so yeah, I got I gotta um refurbish some of the other old videos while I was in exile and and tell some of them because there's some good juice in those because a lot of people won't just go back and look in my library of videos, you know. Oh, okay, I remember you. I remember you. There and remember yeah, because I told you Zimmerman was the name of a real prominent lawyer, one of the best lawyers. His name was well, his kid was named Clark. I think his father, I think it was Clark. Yeah, Clark. Any Clarks in your family? I don't mean to call your name out like that. But yeah, that was a prominent legal name, Zimmerman. You must have some money with a last name like that. So yeah, we're rolling. Thanks for hanging, Juju. Thanks for hanging. And we got a Juju, we got a JoJo, we got we're, what else we got? Joel Gold, you hunting? You catching any deer? Aren't you a hunter? Aren't you a hunter, Joel Gold? Julian. Well, how do these guys get these nice names? You know? Oh, Julie, Juju. So when you were little, they called. Hey, my name's Joseph. They called me. They call me Jojo. Your name's Julian. They call you Juju. Hey, we got a lot in common. But the only JoJo I knew when I was little was JoJo the dog faced boy. Oh, okay. Yeah. A lot of stories when these guys used to get sent away. And uh yeah. My godfather. Yeah, oh, now we got a John John, Sir Drums. Bust it out, Sir Drums. We got a John John here. Debbie, there's a John John. Debbie, you know a John John. All right. I'll take 12 of my people over 10,000 subscribers. Oh, you went out this morning and spotted one? All right. Oh, yep, I hear you. Mike. Hey, we got Mike. Hey, Sagittarius Journey. Yeah, it's been a long time since we rock and rolled. Everything's good here. They had me blocked. They had me they froze my ticker for a long time, but I kept doing a lot of videos. So everybody hit the notification bell, okay? Because I come on here and willy-nilly, but I'm going to be smarter. I'm going to be smarter and do them in the evening. So, because people do work, Joe, well, people do work. So let them have the luxury to sit down after supper, come hang out, and then we can rock and roll together. So I'm going to do these later in the evening, not 11:30 in the morning when everybody's off and busy during their day. So now that my ticker is on, I'm going to start using some of my marketing skills. Jeez. So thank you, Sagittarius Journey. What sign do you think I am? Which sign do you think I am? You, Sagittarius Journey, you used to be in here when I was talking smack to, well, we're not even, I don't want any negativity. These guys that have their channels, let them do what they do. I'm not going to pollute my channel because whatever, I'm not going to do that. We're going to have fun in here. We have fun. We're not going to, the only thing, Mikey and Sammy. Yeah. I talk a little smack about Mike, but let him do what he does. I mean, how long could I bash him? For what? I got enough stories to the end of time. He's running out of stories because half of them were whatever. Yeah. Sagittarius, you got the when you get old, because I used to see the old timers do this. You know when you get old, when you got to do this. You got your own personality, man. Never give up. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. You got to laugh. You got to laugh, folks. You got to laugh. It's good for your immune system, too. Yeah, while I smoke a cigarette, right? So, you know, Mike, let him do whatever he does. But when he did that interview with the when he did that interview with the son of Sam, uh, that's terrible. You know, he did that interview. John A. Light, you guys know John A. Light, right? He's he had a personal tragedy. He used to watch my show way back when I started my channel. He had personally went to my home thing and said, "You're doing a good show. Uh, uh, keep going. You know, keep going." And that was nice because he had a big mop channel, and but my condolences go out to John A. Light because there was a tragedy that happened in his family, and I pray the best for John's family. You know, it's tough. It's tough out there, and he doesn't want any conflicts. He doesn't want any mob soap opera and all that. That whole mob soap opera game. Tune in tomorrow when John responds to Gene, and then after a while, it's like mob YouTube wars. Now they're gonna respond. Somebody's talking smack, so tune in. They're gonna have a rebuttal, and then tune in. It's John A. Like he's had enough. Go live your rest of your life, relax, and do your thing. Because it gets old. I mean, the conflicts and all that. It gets ratings and yeah, it turns into WWE. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. We're gonna have the iron cage match, and yeah, when I get in there, and yeah, it's the WWE. Thanks, Julian. It's the and I got enough interesting stories. You know, poor Mike Francis said he ain't got any stories left. Sammy the Bull, he's got writers. Sammy the Bull, he's got writers from NYU over there, allegedly. He's got writers. Yeah, well, hey, that's their hustle. You can knock them guys, but everybody has a right to buy Mike's wine with the fresh bouquet, and it's a nice Sauvignon from the grapes of France. Get your credit card out. Hey, he's a hustler. If people want to buy it, they buy it. They buy it. And I can't sell a book. It's all right. I'm good every day. I'm good. But, everybody has a right. Everybody has a right. But the thing I got pissed off about was out of respect to some of the people that he dealt with. Like, he did his channel. He started his channel because he figured everybody is dead or they're doing life in prison. So he was coming out there and just nobody, and it's not my position to sheriff him, police him, which I've done, but it's not my position. But he's disrespecting the dead. That he was a pencil neck in the mob. He was a pencil neck. He would never come out of his mouth on YouTube and talk that smack if them people weren't gone. But is it my position to stick up for them? Well, I did it anyways. Back in the day when they had the gambling network and I was delivering the milk and good bread and milk and all that kind of stuff. He was cool with all right. He wouldn't say he remembers me. I don't care whether he says, "Oh, I remember." I don't care if he would say he remembered me or, well, I mean, I don't care about any of that. Yeah, I'd rather not have been associated in a very minimal way. I'd rather would want to be I'd rather be distanced from from him in the real world, you know. But he came right out and said he was a mob boss. He's very smart. Mike is very intelligent. I love his political views, but he was just, you don't claim to be a mob boss. He was smart enough to know he wasn't a mob boss. They put a button on him. He ran a satellite operation that wasn't even part of the other wise guys. But he had to put that ego in there and claim jump, for what? Mm. It worked. He got 1 million subscribers. No class. No class. He looks to be refined and educated and, great speaker. Yes. Yeah. In the civilian world, but in the mob world, Bozo the clown. Bozo the clown. That's all. Is that bashing? I don't know. Maybe that's a bash, but yeah. So what else we got? Who else is in here? Anybody want to help me out with something? Anybody want to help me out? Anybody got any juice? Anybody got anything? Well, where's my producer? Where's my producer? Oh. What else we got here? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I think we've covered that. Oh, you know what I wanted to bring up? You never heard about, hey, paint it black. Hey, what are you doing for Christmas, mate? Been out today Christmas shopping. He didn't seem like a tough guy to me, that Mike. No, he's very well spoken. I get aggravated and stuff. But he does his hustle. I gotta grow up a little bit. I gotta grow up. No drones this way. No drones. You've never heard anything like this ever on MobTube. What I'm about to say. Never. You could watch 1 million Mafia movies. You could watch Mike and Sammy and everything else, but you will never hear a story like this. Now, my godfather was a ruthless guy, but he was a lovable guy. It's a weird dynamic. And he was old. And we used to talk, and we used to watch Jeopardy, and I used to ask him some things, and he opened up in his elderly years. And I says, what were there anything interesting or whatever? Because a lot of times I'd be chirping in his ear and he'd say enough, but what he said, well, he said, I had to park bench somebody. It's like, park bench, I had to park bench. So what they would do is what he would do, what he did, um he got a syringe and he put heroin in it. And he had a contract to go after somebody. And they didn't want it to look gangland. They didn't want it to look like a traditional mafia hit. And he got some pure kind of heroin, and he got the guy at gunpoint, and he shot that heroin and OD'd the guy. And then, like, they brung him they laid him out on a park bench, like where there could be drug activity in some area or whatever. So there wasn't cameras back then, and he got him and got him out there. But Yeah. So they come and found him, and the guy OD'd. So uh, as far as the other families, they would just say, well, sometimes these guys were doing drugs, they were doing cocaine, they were rocking and rolling. So, you know, they would park bench them because other times, say there's four guys doing dope, one guy overdoses in the van. They don't want to be connected to bringing the guy to the hospital. They will just park bench them, bring them to a park, let somebody happen to come by at 3 whatever and notice the guy. If they revive him, they revive him. So the old park bench routine. Yeah. Well, you remember that guy uh that did the movie, and he had that syringe, and he'd go to he would go he hit the guy bumped into him, and he shot that shit into him. That chemical, it's a heart attack. A chemical will give you a heart attack. There's another chemical that you can hit them with in a syringe, and it'll be a heart attack. So a lot of times you see so and so had a heart attack. Well, it might have been you know. mm. So having a mass murderer as family casual talking about knocking people off. Well, and it's he was nice to me. Well, I got slapped a few times, but nothing bad. Nothing bad, but he was nice. He saved me. He saved me because I'm not a made guy. So if I'm at the club and somebody talks smack, when I first got up there, I was a rookie, and I used to take a lot of verbal abuse. I used to take a lot of verbal abuse from them, and you know, I'd be submissive, but then once in a while I'd be bipolar, and I'd say, "F you, take your gun off, let's go fight in the woods." Well, he would have still beat me up in the woods, but I was nuts. So my godfather had to because that's a death sentence. That's a death sentence. So my godfather had to tell Debbie, Mickey had to say, hey, quit, leave the kid alone. They knew who he was because he was the family's enforcer, one of the Colombo family enforcers, but he wasn't made. He was his own sole proprietorship. And he said, and then what did I do? 3 weeks later, I did the same mistake again. And Mickey went nuts. He went nuts. I said, they keep bothering, He said, keep your mouth shut. Yeah. Mm. You want to put a number on how many you know versus how many you think he did as part of hold on a second here. I gotta plug this in. I'm already set up for this. This way I don't have to leave my chair. Let's see if we got this on. All right, we're back in business. My battery was running out. Well, to try to put a number on how many guys, I wouldn't know. Not 100 to 500. You see, what happens a lot of times is if he's working for the Colombo family, sometimes the Colombo family wants to kill Colombo family. Sometimes they kill their own, of course. Sitting park bench. No, what about sitting on a park bench? I ain't a little girl with Aqualung. Aqualung. Well, Thomas, I would go to his house, Mickey. I would go, and so early on. Remember Jeopardy? Jeopardy was out. Jeopardy. So I was pretty educated in a lot of subjects. So he says, Jojo, come on, we'll have a contest. He wasn't like that. He had a sense of humor, but so I says, no, because I figure I'm going to answer all the questions. I figure I'm going to answer all the questions. I don't want to embarrass him. So we're sitting there. He's answering every subject known to mankind. He says, "What do you think? I'm stupid, JoJo?" Yeah, he was part of that, but that was so crazy. The wars and those gallows, those psychopaths. Now the gallow in prison, he was into Machiavelli, and now all they did is read. All they did in prison is read. But he was a doper. One of them was a doper too. They were into the drugs too. They were into the drugs. They went against all the rules, but they were rocking and rolling. Uh, uh, but you know, my godfather ain't that what they were doing was not traditional stuff. It wasn't the traditional. They got blasted at the end, anyways. But that wasn't traditional stuff. No, he just sat chilled. You know. Mm. No, I don't know how that went down. Wikipedia, Wikipedia. Where'd Wikipedia get the information from? All this source generated information, like there's a certain mob channel or there's a certain commentator that has a channel, and he says, I looked it up here, and I looked at the 302s, I looked at here. That's not reliable information. That's not reliable information. He was trying to tell me I'm elbow to elbow with these guys, and I don't want to say his name because I'm going to do my channel right. Let him do whatever he wants to do. But he's like, oh well, I googled it, or they present the government shows information, and 90% of it is blacked out. It's unreliable information, and he's trying to tell me some type of rule or procedure or something. It's like, bro, just do your Google, get your views, and just drive on. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm not going to even say his name. He's got a right to hustle and this and that. But if you're going to ambush me, I'm going to make you look. I'm going to change your diaper. But I got tired of changing his diaper and let him do his thing. So you think the Colombo didn't want to do business with Gallo for a lot of reasons? Well, the drug aspect didn't even have nothing to do with it. You just can't uh, kill off the bosses and kill these people off, and then the other families wouldn't respect him. The other families wouldn't kind of even like respect him. Just like with Sammy the Bull and John Gotti took over, uh, you know, they the other four families, they're looking sideways because they're breaking the traditional rules to rise up in a hierarchy. There was no uh, uh, there was no sit downs with the bosses and all that. They just go, and look what ended up. I mean, whatever happened, but that's why he went and witnessed protection. That's why he's living in a hole somewhere. They broke all the rules. So you think Colombo want to do? They were rebels. They were rebels. They were rebels. They were locked up in the apartment, remember? They were barricaded in the apartment. And you know what happened? There was an apartment building that was on fire. One building over or something. And Gallo jumped, in New York, you could jump from building to building. Now they got the fire trucks. There's smoke coming out of the building. There's a lady in the window, and there's a baby in there, I think. Gallo is barricaded in his building. They look out, they see what's happening. He jumps and he rescues, and there's, the police, the firemen, you know, he rescues them. He rescues them on the ledge, and hoists them up, and everything. He was a hero. You think, yeah, AMM, you think something would have happened to them if they came out of Woodset or revisited home? Well, some so many years later, unless somebody that Mike ratted on, or Sammy ratted on, unless there's a crazy kid still out there or a crazy family member, I would think it's safe. I mean, but Mike, he got as far as away from New York, uh, geographically speaking, he got as far as away from New York when all his business was done. And Sammy the Bull, I don't know, where the hell is he? Arizona, Colorado, where the hell is he? Is he in New York? I don't know. No, no, I'm not. No, MM. No, no, I'm not in Brooklyn right now. Yeah, so Gallo was a hero. Gallo was a hero. He was hiding. Hey, Vincent, Sammy the Rat. Oh, he's in Arizona. Yeah, he was hiding and barricaded, and he he rescued he rescued. Is that known? Is that common knowledge? Is that known? My godfather told me that. Is that on record? Is that, like, was that in the news or something? Was that in the news? Where Gallo? Wow, man. So yeah, that was yeah, see, they went against, like, the commission of the five bosses, the five bosses. Uh Gambino got killed. Gambino got killed, and then Gotti and Sammy the Bull Gravano were just like, "Who cares? Come and get us," and stuff like that. But uh, some of the other, maybe some families didn't mind, but others did, because they had their business dealings. But you know, um, uh, the boss that got whacked, he, he was real cheap. He was real cheap, you know, Carlos. He was really, really, really cheap, cheap. But it doesn't justify, you know, doing that. They'd have to get a sanction and all that. Yeah, he had an interview with a sheriff, Joe Arpio. Thank you, Vincent. Yeah, but yeah, interesting things. Very, very, very interesting things. Uh there was, like they said in one of the movies, you give them enough, they would give them enough to make them happy. But that Carlos was just as tight as a rat's ass. He had hundreds of millions. John Gotti and Sammy the Bull were like, we want it. I don't know. There's even legends and theories that they weren't even in that car at the steakhouse. I don't know. At this point in time, it's all speculation. It's all speculation. It's all speculation. I'd say the Persicos were all right. You know, everybody believes different things, and you know, Gotti was the most generous. Gotti was handing out thousands to people in the neighborhood. John Gotti, Sammy the Bull, he would rob a freaking crumb from a mouse. Sammy the Bull, John Gotti would freaking be really generous. He didn't care about money. He didn't care about money. Forgive me, he was a degenerate gambler. That's probably publicized. He was a degenerate gambler, but the money didn't matter, you know. No, I'm not. I'm not, Vinny. He didn't, he made sure everybody was set up and everything, but he didn't care. He didn't care about money. Then Sammy, he'd sell his ass for, but greed, greed. Because Gotti was telling Sammy, you're shaking down all these people. You're shaking down, extorting all these people. We don't need any of that money. We don't need that. You're over there strong arming all these people. You know, what the hell? We don't need that. We don't need that. Sammy the Bull is the worst psychopathic freaking person that you'd ever know in the mob or out of the mob. He's the definition of a straight up psychopath. They're selling all that ecstasy, and people are overdosing, and they get all heated up at those raves, and he's doing all that, and I don't even want to get into that because the government and all that. It's just he didn't get to he stole his position. He stole his position. He stole it. And he knew he better rat. He knew he better rat and go into witness protection because he wouldn't have lasted 1 second on the street. I mean, he had to do to survive. He's alive. Everybody else is dead. But he's he's this tall. He's this tall. They said the bull, Sammy the Bull. So everybody has the perception that Sammy the Bull, like a bulldog, he was a skinny runt. He got a charge. He was going to go to prison. So I guess allegedly he started taking steroids because he was afraid to go to prison. So Sammy the Bull was from Bull's Head. He was from Bull's Head. It wasn't that he was a bull. He was a skinny, sawed-off runt. So when you hear that name, that sounds like an intimidating name. Sammy the Bull. Ooh, bulldog. No. Bull's Head, from where where he's from, he was a skinny, sawed-off midget. And he had to bulk up before he went to prison because he was shivering in his boots. Oh, he was a tough boxer, and he was tough. He was a tough boxer and all that. And when he was little, he got in all these. They slapped him around all over Brooklyn and Bensonhurst. You don't hear that stuff on YouTube. He was a sawed-off little runt. Sammy the Bull. Yeah, bull crap. Sammy the Bull crap. because they used to have nicknames, you know, and it was like because there were so many Sams out there. There's a lot of Sams, you know. The boss that I know was named Sam too, but they just would say Sammy the Bull. Oh, if you're talking, they would know who you were talking about. They would know who you were talking about. All that stuff was just all the media. It was all media and all that whatever hyped up stuff. All hyped up stuff. He was a sawed off, skinny runt. He was petrified to go into jail. So they said you better start doing push-ups or something or whatever, because they're gonna slap you around in there. And then some say he took steroids so he can lift and try to get big. But it don't matter how big you get, you still get smashed around in prison. He could be a muscle man, and they're still gonna throw him around. They're still gonna throw him around. It was all whatever you saw publicized. It's like he's got this like intimidating name, but it ain't the true backstory behind it. From Bull's Head. So you'd go, oh, Sammy from Bull's Head. Oh, that punk. Oh, okay. Oh, he was good with his hands, and he was but these guys. You got guys 6'1", 6'2", 240. He could be good with his hands all he wants. They're going to just overpower you and just smash the crap out of you. You could be good with your hands. Yeah. Or tough mafioso, good with your hands. Yeah, okay. Okay. But the media, the movies, all that, they want to sell books, they want to sell movies. So that's the narrative they run. I mean, it's all money. Money. It's all money. Will he go to New York and walk the streets? It's probably safe. It's probably safe for him to go to New York and walk the streets. I don't know anybody around that wants to do anything to him. He's old. He's old. He's really old. So, which families own Wall Street? I don't know. Wall Street. You hear a lot of stuff about. Yeah. I don't know about the Wall Street. No, I'm not. Sounds like a good way to retire. The old man Sam, he retired. He was old though. And the guys he was dealing with, they were all degenerate gamblers. They were unreliable, and the feds were everywhere. And it was just it just crumbled. It just crumbled. So, that's that. So, yeah. They got into the healthcare, huh? Rockefellers, Rothschilds. Yeah, the elitists, Morgan family's top three, most likely. The globalists, the Vanderbilts, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. They're worse than the mob. They're worse than the mob. Just like these politicians, they're worse than the mob. They're worse. People are running numbers. They put them in jail. They're running numbers. And then in the late 70s, they started having the New York State lotto, and now everything was all right. So the New York took over the numbers game. The government took over all the rackets. When the gangsters did it, they put them in jail, but they learned from the gangsters. Yeah. Joel Gold's over there talking. Yeah, Vincent, thank you for hanging out. Have a Merry Christmas to you and your family. God bless you and your family. All the way from Sacramento, California. I don't forget. I don't forget. Thank you, Vincent. So yeah, there you have it, folks. I wanted to put something in Friday night, hang out, tell a story about them guys, the wives going into prison, coming out, and stuff. And you don't hear that. A lot of it you don't hear about these types of things. I like to peel the layers back a little bit and just give you your schema of knowledge, your perspective, and how you interpret some of that. It's entertaining. It's entertaining. I don't care to bash any of them guys. I mean, Sammy the Bull, he is what he is. Let them do what they do. Like Ray Charles says, let it do what it do. Let it do what it do. Like Ray Charles. So yeah, Christmas is right around the corner. I hope everybody has a good holiday season, and I got new people coming in. That's good. That's good. My channel is alive again. My channel is alive. Thank you, Jesus. And we're gonna keep rocking it out. And I gotta replenish some of the other ones. Thank you, Sagittarius Journey. Thank you. Come back and visit. Thank you. Happy holidays to you. We're all just regular people trying to make our way through the world, hang out, have some fun. That's all. And all right, Deb, good night, honey. I love you. So yeah, maybe tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. Hit the notification bell, but we might as well run it back. We might as well run it back. And I'm gonna look in my library and see other things that most of you didn't hear some of those stories or stuff like that. So hit the like button, the share button, the notification bell. Do 2 cartwheels or no. Hit the subscribe button or anything. So we'll leave it at that. There's a link in the description. When I was a little boy, my mama called out my name. Give respect. Boom. Deb. Huh? I got all the goods here. Joel Gold, Happy Trails. Yeah, thank you. You read the book, huh? Thank you, buddy. Joel Gold wrote the book. He's the one person that ordered the book. There's a link in the description if you want to throw a coffee down my throat. So thank you. And just stay in good spirits these holidays. Maybe it might look a little different. Somebody might be missing, but it's all right. We'll all meet again, So don't go to the drugs. Don't get too crazy. Don't get too crazy. This is a season that a lot of people could get depressed, and it's not good. So stay strong, folks. Thank you, Juju. Was this a good stream? I'm getting good at this after 600 videos, huh? No edit, no lighting, no tech. Am I on? We rock and roll here, folks. I like interacting with my people, at least. I like interacting with my people. So we keep it real here. So plus somebody could ask a question and then I could keep going. I need help too here. I make it look easy, but come on, sometimes. All right. So thank you. People are finishing up their Christmas shopping, and credit card debt is at an all-time high. So it's better to tell somebody you love them than give them a present. Okay? So that's that. So that means a lot more. Saying I love you. So I love you, Deb. You ain't getting no present, but I love you. Oh, wow. All right, folks, we're going to end it there. Same time, same channel tomorrow. All right, folks. God bless.